Okay, it's a few days later, and this is the intro, or actually, I think it's the next day after. I don't remember when I filmed the last update. It was yesterday or the day before. And I'm actually going to have to do. This is actually part two of the January layout update because I'm getting that much work done in January. And yeah, I mean, the first one was rolling stock and that stuff. And now this one's, I think, mainly focused on the actual layout. So let's take a look at what I'm doing in the layout. Now we have a new train here, and we'll probably be switching this one out for reasons. But let's go to the other side and see what's new. Okay, there's GT5856 ready to handle the next train because steam engine is nice, but I do like to run my other power occasionally. We have a new 11 car train for the layout. We have our cars there. We only have one hopper for the coal trestle on this train. And those two covered hoppers at the end, those are for the elevator factory, and or is this one for the elevator? No, this one's for the elevator factory. Those ones, no. This one's for the elevator factory. Those are for New York Concrete Pipe. Now I come down here, there's a track. Oh, look at that. You got rail joiners in there. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Let's go back here. Oh, that already had rail joiners. There's a curve. That's something different about that curve. Doesn't look quite right. Looks shallower. There's rail joiners there. Go back here. Rail joiners there too. We have a little bit of a extra track. And then we have rail joiners. And then we have all the way down there. I really should have taken care of moved those boxes out of my room before I expanded this layout, but I have so much other stuff to do that I'm not too concerned about my room. So that's the layout. The layout is track-wise, it is complete. Track-wise, it is complete. We can run trains on every track. In fact, let's see how the train runs on every track. Ow! This wood just fell on my leg. The only problem I can foresee with that track is the same problem the Rochester Model Railroad Club has with their display switching loop layout. And that is the coupler not having enough play to navigate that curve. And what we can't do is we can't use 50-foot cars on this track. There it goes. Just popped off the track. So 50-foot cars cannot go on this track. But we'll do it with a string of coal cars from the coal trestle. If I have to, I can always have cars attached to the locomotive. Let the locomotive not go beyond a certain point, like not go beyond here. No, we're fine. It's fine. It handles it. It's really pulling it out to the side, but it makes it, and it doesn't derail. So we're good. So that's it for this part of the update. I still have more. This might be a two-part update. So that's it for the track. Now we have more stuff to work on. It's January 16th, 2025, and we have this here. Now, most people would not do this, but what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be wiring in lights for structures into the main bus wire using these terminal strips, because I only need 2 faders on this section, and they'll be somewhere in here. I haven't drilled the hole yet for them. I should have done that before I ballasted, but so we have those 2 terminal blocks there. So we'll have bus wire in, bus wire there, and then we'll have a feeder positive feeder, and then another feeder coming out, and those will what light. There's two structures that have to be lit on this one. This the one that will go here, which will, I'm going to use LEDs. And with only running one locomotive on this layout, there should be enough power in that to run the lights. If not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the lights controlled by switches underneath here. I'm going to put switches like here. The feeders will go here, and then the switches will go, the terminal block will go on the board that's not yet here. And then the switches will go over here, so I'll have the feeders coming over the switches. And then those will go into lights for up here for the barn, and up into here for Mar and Colton. And then the last one, that'll have the most lighted structures, because it has Embury Lantern, Mar and Colton, and New York Concrete Pipe. And for Embury Lantern, also underneath here, which I didn't put the board in yet, there is going to be, on this board here, there's going to be a hook, because at the Batavia Train Show, I was informed by Ed O'Connell that he has in his possession an actual Embury lantern, and I'm purchasing that from him for $50. And that will be, I will put one of those hooks, come on, focus. I'll put one of those hooks under here, so then that Embury lantern will actually be able to be hung from the layout right under Embury lantern. It's a perfect place to put that. Now, so we have terminal block here, which we'll have, the bus will go in, we'll have the track for the feeders, the feeder for the rails, and then we'll have wire coming off for the lights, and that will have to get split again. It'll probably be a bus wire into a splitter or something. Over here, this one also has a lot of lights because it has that huge complex and these structures. So what I might do is I might have some lights come off of this and some lights be separate. But every structure will have its own individual switch for the lights, so I can turn each one on and off as I choose. Now here, you can see they're missing from here because they're underneath. They are already hooked up. And they are hanging there because I can't find my T20 bit. It's not in the box of my premium interior wood screws. It's not in there. I don't know where it is. I've looked all over for it. I've looked in the other containers of screws. I can't find it, so I have to get another box of these so I have another bit. I needed another one. Needed more of these anyway, so because I don't think I have enough to put the boards on the layout. So I got to finish putting the boards in the layout, and I got to do all that other stuff. But we're starting to wire it up. I can't connect. I wanted to wire them all together, but at least get the bus wire. But my wire cutters are in the car, and there's 6 or 8 inches of snow on the ground. So this clip, we can't show that. So we'll show that next clip. Okay, we got some more work done on here. We got those coils of wire are missing, and look at that. We got 2 feeders here, and we got 2 feeders in place back here. What we don't have, although the soldering iron is right there, what we don't have is them soldered, and that's because I forgot to wet the sponge to clean the soldering iron, so I can't do any soldering, and I'm not going to go downstairs and then wet the sponge and then bring that back up. So I'll do that some other time. However, there's something definitely missing here. And there's something missing here. And there's something missing down here. Let's go out here, see if there's anything up here. Yeah, there they are right there. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Let's look under here. Look at that. You got this red wire. This must be a bus wire. And we got the black bus wire. I get that. Those are all connected. Yeah. And we don't have feeders down through here. Oh, that's an issue. That's an issue. So why are those there? Where does this go? Where does this go? This goes over here somewhere. Let's look over here, see where it goes. Okay, there's quite a bit of slack in there, so you could cut it and put a plug in between the two modules. Let's follow this here. Oh my. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You get red feeder, black feeder, black. We got bus wire, black feeder here, bus wire going off that way. And those go down, fixed with some Scotch tape. All the way down, there's a clamp that's holding them together. And look at that. Look at that. Look at that. What is this? We got bus wire going right into here. It's a little bit long. But I cut them longer so I could trim. So when I put the plugs in, I would have extra to work with just in case something got messed up. But look at that. We got all three of these pairs of feeders. We can always trim some more off of these because these two in particular are too long. But these go to this is the ramp. There's the driveway, and there's the platform feeders going up there. So all these are connected, and they go over to here, and they go to connect the wires that are not connected to anything. But then there's these two that are going to the front. Where do those go? Look at that. It's just wedged in there. But this allows me to take my throttle, which could only really go to here before, and I can now have it all the way down here, which allows me to better switch that. Now what we're going to do is, I said before, I'm going to have that be movable. Removable, and these wires are only temporary. I think I'm actually going to put that box connected to this one here instead, because if it is here, if it's down there, then I can walk this way and reach that switch, and it's right here. So I can be right next to the throttle and reach everything here. And if I go this way, I can have the throttle all the way down there. So I think instead of it being connected into there permanently, or mostly, it's going to be connected into this one, because there's four posts on this terminal. We have bus line, bus, feeder, and then this post, well, actually it's the one on the other side of it, but this one, that can be used to connect up the NCE. So we've made quite a bit of progress. We've actually gotten all three of those connected. And now next step is getting those pairs of feeders soldered, and then we can cut that track. And that module will be completely independent of the others. just clamp to it. Yeah. Everything was changed before. Quite a bit was changed before. We'll go recap over what we just saw. Earlier in the video, we have the terminal strips, terminal blocks up there. But the last video, it did not have that one, which you can see it. They're laying down there. I can't get underneath there to screw them up to the piece, to the board there. And this board here is not attached yet. That will be attached today. I just didn't do it before I finished this video. We have the bus wire running over here with extra length, so I can trim it down once I get those in their permanent positions. Now, as you can see here, we got 2 feeders going up through here. They're not lined up right because the hole for the black wire came down. I think it came down into here, so I couldn't get it to come through, so I had to offset them a bit. You can see those 2 wires going up into the foam there. And of course, we got the wires going up into the foam there for the elevator factory spur and for the quote-unquote main. And then you got the 3 spurs at the freight depot, which technically I don't need 2 feeders there. I don't need 3 feeders there. I could have done with just 2, because you can put one right here, and then that would have been enough. But today, I just got done. We got this one right here, which that one was on the community post. It's a little rough there. I hate soldering. I'm not good at it. Well, I'm decent at it. Let's say that. But if I do a bunch at a time, they get better. But if I do one feeder wire and then I do another one another day and such, they don't do very good. I also haven't soldered since I connected those feeder wires up, which was what, 2023? I think it was 2023 or 2024 when or 2023 or 2022 when I put those solders on there. We got these are the ones in the elevator track. You can see there's a little bit of roughness there. You can hear it. Be right back. As I was saying, which is why when I'm soldering, I need to just have a bunch of feeders together and just go right down the line, which is what I did today. I had the 2 here and there. Which, that's not connected, and that's a track that there is going to be 2 places where there's going to be dead rail. GB38-2's radio chatter is going on. This track is going to be dead. It's going to be dead because I did the scenery on this and I didn't connect a feeder up to it. Now I could always drill through the scenery and connect it up. I can do that at any time because there is a spare, an open one here. I did want to connect the NCE thing to this module, but if I need to put another pair of feeders in just to make things easier, I can always run wires from those or that one over to here, because that one has an empty spot on it too, and that one has one empty spot because it's got 2 feeders going into it and the bus line on either end. So now that joint, that solder joint is right here, we got the red wire is here, and then the black wire is over here. Now this one, I don't know why people say this. They say they just put the solder above it and it flows down in. It does not. It sticks to the soldering iron. I don't know why people say that it flows down in. It does not. It does not flow at all. What I have to try and do to make it a nice, clean soldering joint is I have to try and get the solder into the web of the rail, which is not easy, or onto the wire, and then I use the tweezers, which we'll see those later. I'll use the tweezers to hold the wire against the rail until it cools, till the solder cools. Heat the solder up like 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and just get the solder in there. And then if there's any solder on the top of the rail, I run the soldering iron back and forth across it to get that off and flow it off the rail. So this track is going to be dead because why aren't we? Okay, something. What's up? There we go. There we go. Because it will be dead from here when it's cut. It'll be dead from here back. But with the amount right now it's 11 car trains, and it's gonna 10 to 11 car trains, and it's gonna go up to 15 car trains or so, because I've increased train length from 500 feet to 250 feet. We'll have plenty of cars to use as spacers to get into here, and of course this little section is gonna be dead. But again, this being dead is gonna be an interesting one for operations. It's gonna make a little bit challenge for operations, but everything else is gonna be live. Everything else except for where this Wisconsin and Southern is sitting, that's gonna be live. That's gonna be dead. But this section here is gonna be live, so you can put the car right up to here and run the locomotive right up to it, couple up to it, and then we can pull it out. And that entire track is going to be live. Granted, that's the track that cannot have 50-foot cars on it like we showed before. Now we're around to the other side. You can see the 58, 56 ready to do the next operations video. And we have the switch coming down here, and here is the next soldering. And this is the last one I did, and you can see that this one is much better. Come on, focus. Focus. There we go. This one is much better. It's still a mess. And I melted the ties here. But oh well, it's 1950, it's 1950s or 1910s. They had broken ties occasionally. So yeah, it's a little wonky. I'm not the best soldering, but I got the job done. This was used with a soldering iron. You can see how much dirt. That's probably because I had the soldering iron so high. But what I did is I used these tweezers and I just heated up the solder. I put 2 or 3 beads of solder into the web of the rail, and then I put this on and I held the soldering iron on top of the wire and just pushed this together like that until it had pushed into there enough, and then I let it go and it stayed. And I did the same with this one, and you can see the solder on there. It's not the best, but the layout is completely wired up. So I think that's enough for today. I am tired of working in this layout. I'm going to go down and I'm going to mix up some glue mixture and have that ready for February. I'll be ballasting some more in February. I was going to do some more today, but I don't think I'm going to do any more today, other than putting that one board in. I'm hungry, and I just want to sit down and relax after the frustration of soldering. I've been working on it for 2 hours. So from CP Silver Springs, milepost 368 on Hook Southern Tier Line, keep on the trains. Tim out.